had the time of our lives. Up to res. But every 30 seconds one of us would be thrown up on the side of the road trying to get up the hill. It's memories like these you'll never forget. Pete wasn't just a teammate, a roommate. He turned out to be my best friend, my brother and our brat. To play with him and win a national championship with him was one of the best feelings in the world. A quick story about me and Pete. After the semi-final of the Nationals against Richmond, in which we came back to win 2-1, me, Pete and Pete's dad, who had flown over to watch the Nationals, went down to the Belly Up pub. We had originally had no plans to drink, but when we were with the two McAvoys, plans changed. In typical fashion, Pete and I ended up getting smashed. We turned up for the team meeting at the stadium to see who we were going to play in the final, and we were absolutely hammered. We had no clue what was going on, and we just looked at each other when we were in the huddle when Coach was saying his speech. We knew if we were caught now, we were screwed. But in typical Pete fashion, 2 days later, he turned up to score the winning goal in the final. Typical Pete. He worked hard and played harder. I think that's the first time Coach knows about it. So. He was a great man who had so many friends who loved him here, both, and back in Scotland. He changed my life for the better in so many ways and changed so many people here's life. I'm truly thankful to have met him and to call him my best friend. I know he's looking down on everyone here tonight and back home, and I'm sure he's immensely proud and humble by everyone's love being shown to him and his family. He'll be sorely missed by everyone. And by the way, you still owe me $600 from Myrtle Beach. I love you, matey, and I can't wait for us to meet again. You'll never walk alone, Pete. Thank you.
I'm going to try and keep this short, mate, because you know I hate this kind of stuff. Probably one of your master plans. I still haven't really let it sink in that you're now watching over me. You're meant to be here with me now. I'm waiting for you to come strolling in and say, "Wipe your eyes, you wee faggot. What is you crying for?" Even though you're probably thinking that now. So for you, I promise I won't shed a tear, big man. Instead, I'm going to look back at day one when Captain Rojo, aka James, slept in a shopping cart because he thought he could go beer for beer deal, even though you drink beer like it's water. We've had some great times, mate. Some I'll cherish for the rest of my life. Some are better left unsaid because I'm sure Coach and others watching don't need to know. But the little things like the time we went to the city in 90 miles per hour wind and your hat blew off and you decided just to leave it and kept on walking. I'm sure the rest of E7 are watching, mate, so I'm going to mention Craig and how every day he would either steal mine or yours underwear, some boy, or how every 2 minutes he would ask where he's placed his phone even though it's right in front of him. I could go on forever about E7, mate, but I'm sure everyone here knows or was in that place at some point. If you weren't, you lost out. So I will save them the time and just say I will always be your roommate, Pete, and when you get bored or up there, bro, you would need a chat, just hit me up because you'll forever be in my thoughts. And more importantly, you'll always be my captain because even though you had a chocolate hip flex, and you would always lead us out to victory every game. So for that reason, mate, you'll always be living proof of the motto you stood for, you'll never walk alone. I love you, mate. Save me a cold beer for when I get up there. Take it easy, see you soon.
The first words Pete said to me when I met was, "Do you want a beer?" Really sums Pete up to a T. It's crazy how close you can get with someone in such a short period of time. Since coming to her, I've basically spent every waking second with him. These past few days have been the hardest of my life, and at any moment it doesn't seem like there's light at the end of the tunnel. If you was to hear me say this now, I'd know exactly what you'd say to me. You'd say, "Shut your Pushchenko, you wee faggot." You say, we've had so many memories in such a short period of time. Some that aren't really appropriate for now, so I'll just keep them between the two of us. Me, Pete and James went to Boston for St. Patrick's Day, which we almost didn't make because he missed his train back from St. Bonaventure the day before. So he ended up renting a car, which typical Pete refused to drive to Boston. The bar shut at 3:30 and we had a flight at 5 to catch to Myrtle Beach. To say we cut it close is an understatement. Not that we weren't there in time, but we fell asleep in the airport. There was a time only a few weeks back where me, you and James stayed up till ridiculous hours in the morning and James taught us the Soldier Boy dance. I know you'd be really proud of me because I smashed it when I was dancing at Coach's house yesterday. The time me, you and James went to international breakfast, well, that's what we called it. I'm pretty sure it's continental breakfast. Many of you wouldn't understand how funny this was to us, but we laughed about it every day since. We met Mrs. Mickey, who was like a mother to us, at our famous Days Inn hotel, which you actually owe her peanut butter M&Ms. Just another thing you're getting away with. He got away with everything and anything. Coach would give him 3 or 4 breakfast clubs, and he'd sweet way his talk to only get one, which he wouldn't show up to anyway. We had plans to go to the Euro qualifiers, Ireland versus Scotland. So at least now you won't have to witness Scotland get demolished by the Super Irish. I've had the privilege to play with and play against you. You are a true leader on and off the field, a pure gentleman, and the best friend I've made in the United States. Sometimes in life there are no explanations, just the day that lies ahead and how we feel, and part of growing relationships and friendships with people we care and respect for. I know the impact that Pete has made on all of us here, and it won't be forgotten easily. It's all these qualities that will let us celebrate his life, what he meant to us, and what made Pete Pete. Everyone involved with Herc Soccer has countless medals and rings, but these come and go. They get dusty in a corner, and it's memories we keep that will let us remember him. That will let us remember him, that will be his greatest mark as a person. The life he led allowed so many teammates and friends remember him as a player, but more importantly, a great man and a friend. He was number 4 for a reason. That's because we're meant to get that record 4th national in a row. And I assure you, we'll do this, man, just for you. You'll never walk alone.
Hey, I'm still trying to wake up from this dream. The last couple of days have been a blur to me, but the 2 years that I've known you, I've remembered and I'll cherish always. You were the type of person that could walk into any room and brighten the place up. You were a role model on the pitch and off the pitch as well. You affected everyone in your own way, and today proves just how many people you've touched and what you meant to us. Everyone has their own little stories which will help them remember you. Why? Whether they choose to share them or not is up to them. I just want to share a few of them with you all today. Last March, going down to New York City to watch Swedish House Mafia,